for many clients, when they do come to therapy, it's the first time they've talked about it, openly. Not always, but sometimes it is. And so you need to be that space, that caring presence that can just listen. And I think that for clients to be able to tell their experience, to tell their story with somebody who is right there with them, and so they don't feel alone, I think that helps to center them.
It is easy to get wrapped up as a lawyer to say either this is my case, I'm gonna win it or lose it. Mm-hmm. So it's so important to me to reframe that as well, and really catch myself when I feel like it's my case, because it's not. So I remind my clients, and I remind myself, I can talk all day about what should happen, but at the end of the day, this is the person who has to go home and live their own life. I get to go home and live my own life. So really listening to what they want. So a big example of that would be if I have someone who tells me that they don't want to pursue the TPO. They don't want to go to court. They just want to drop it, and they maybe want to try to make their relationship work.
It's important for me to listen more than to talk when I'm talking to patients, and they may use a vocabulary that I wouldn't necessarily use. So I think I've learned through the years to try to listen more and try to use their description and what they're going through, as opposed to me trying to impose my own view of what happened in that situation.
I really go back to sort of the policy that undergirds the whole TPO regime, which is the criminal system takes a lot of power away from survivors. It puts it in the hands of the state and the prosecutor. That they don't decide whether the case gets prosecuted. They don't decide whether it gets dismissed. If they want to dismiss it, they can't even make that happen if they feel like it. Mm-hmm. So I try to honor that in my work and say, this system is designed for a survivor to be in charge. This is the only place well, maybe not the only, but this is the place in the law that puts the power back with them. And so I really try to honor that when I'm practicing, and I remind myself of that. I remind my clients of that as well, that, here's what I think we should do, but you're in the driver's seat here. I mean, if you want to do something different, that's what's going to happen.
I do this, of course, day in and day out by ensuring that I am uplifting the voices of survivors. Therefore, I strive to ensure that I am doing so through my approach when I am providing direct services, as well as when I am providing education to the community around how to combat the root causes of violence.
Quite often I'll be in a meeting with a client, and it's reassuring for them to know that, hey, you know what, if I don't have the answer to the question, if I don't have an immediate answer for you to help you work through your trauma at this point specifically, or even if it's just, your financial situation as a result of your domestic violence situation, I'm able to say to them, and it's reassuring, there's a team of people here that we interact with. There's a team of people here that we interact with. And there's a team of people here that we interact with. If I don't know the answers, if I'm unable to come up with some really simple solutions for you, or some really fair solutions for you, then there's a number of people out there working on this issue. So I think that's very reassuring for me to feel supported in my role. And then it's also very reassuring for the client, for them to feel as if, I'm not alone. And it's not just this one set of folks.
I see myself as the scaffolding under students. I feel like I'm part of the scaffolding with the other teams that we have at Emory to make sure that their students have a positive, successful experience here. And I'm just one of the pieces of that scaffolding.
When you have had that kind of, when you've been violated in any way, emotionally, physically, etc., sometimes you have to grieve that, grieve the loss of the sense of safety that you felt prior to the violation or prior to something happening to you that is egregious. So helping clients to grieve, and to just sit in their feelings and emotions, whatever it might be, the anger, the grief, the shock, etc. And then moving to a place of, so then how can we renew your sense of safety, your sense of personal effectiveness, your sense of empowerment around this trauma, that the trauma does not have to define you, that you can define you. So trying to help clients to find their inner strength. So it's not about me doing the work for them. It's about helping them to get in touch with who they are. And reminding them of the tremendous capacity that they have.